Welcome to Fairfax with Fairfax. Follow us on our pilgrimage to the new world on YouTube, Keith Fairfax Comedy, Facebook, Keith Fairfax, and Instagram, Mr. Fairfax.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of Fairfax with Fairfax. I know you hear it. This is a special delivery. Hey, special delivery. Special delivery. This is episode 6, and I have a brand new guest with me today. One of my childhood friends. One of my day ones. A1s. Seven. Seven, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's happening? I'm Seven. One half of the Popular Nobodies podcast. Just here to chop it up with my boy right here, man.
It's been a long time. We know each other since Harlem Shake battle days.
Yeah, this song was serious.
It really was. I remember when people would wear baggy shirts and someone would come along when this song came out, start shaking back and forth, grab your shirt very hard, and start to pull on it.
Yeah, they had a talent show and all that.
Yes, they did have a talent show and all that. This was very popular. You know, this hit hard when it came out.
You could see somebody in the parking lot and this song come on. It was automatically a battle.
Not for me. Not for me.
Not you so much, but other folks.
Other folks would definitely be battling, correct. Other folks would definitely be battling. Oh, man. So how's it going, man? It's a long time no see.
I mean, I'm just working, man, working.
I know you got a podcast. Would like to plug it?
Yeah, it's the Popular Nobodies. We've been working, man. We up to like episode 22, I think it is.
Very nice.
So we still trying to build.
Okay.
Ain't too deep in there yet.
All right. Yeah, I haven't seen Rick in a while. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, he good.
All right, good. It's funny. Me, you, and Rick known each other for, middle school days. And, boy, it really started off with a bang, I would say. I think we just started off everybody just crashing on each other, really.
Something like that. I think we was really roasting you, though. Out the gate.
If that's how you see it, I was a late starter. You know, I was wearing like how kids are dressing now. I was dressing back then. You know what I mean.
That was weird to us.
It did not come across well.
That was definitely weird to us.
Yeah, I went from living very poor to my mom getting a promotion, and then living well-to-do, and then I was like, that was like my real middle school days. So I was like, oh, I'll dress how the kids around me dress, and I was like the only black kid in the neighborhood. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll wear these, these little shorts and these tube socks and this shirt that barely reaches my belly button, and call it a day. And the mean black kids at school did not let me go out like that.
Nah, you couldn't do that, man. Not around us, anyway. I mean, if you didn't want to be around us, then you could have did that. But
it was funny the difference between Aquabog and middle school.
Were you lost? Were you supposed to be in Mercy?
No, never was supposed to go to private school. No, I played for St. Isidore's when I played basketball as a youth. But I was supposed to be right where I was at. I knew Brett and Brian. I don't have to give their last name, so I got to say I knew Brett and Brian very well. So those were like the first two that, their mother used to babysit me. So that was like the first two that kind of integrated me into the black community. And it was all downhill from there.
I guess.
Because everybody started crashing, and I had gray hair.
You wasn't used to that?
Well, there was in middle school, people would make fun of me, and they would call me grandpa because I had gray hair.
Yeah, that stuck.
So that I was born with gray hair. So being called grandpa definitely, it didn't bother me, but it did bother me.
You should have just embraced it, though. It'd have probably been a little better.
Well, I eventually, I wasn't going to get mad about it, so I eventually, learned how to verbally defend myself.
Yeah, you should have been like, you try and do it.
But it's funny because me and you used to go at it.
Yeah, we had
for years. for years. You probably had me the first 2 years. I would say 7th and 8th grade, I was not very good at it. Come that 8th to 9th grade summer, I became
Yeah, I was with a different.
elite.
I was in a different cut from a different cloth with that though, because I was with the a different type of people. Like,
Yes,
I was
you-
with the elites in crashing.
You were, correct.
before you met me. So
Correct. It took
like
a while.
we had to sit in the cafeteria knee to knee. It was like at least 10 of us knee to knee, and everybody was just roasting everybody like for 45 to however long lunch was.
Yeah, that
I
first.
don't even think we ate.
You know what's funny? Before even getting to lunch, 9th grade, I remember my first day of school, walking past in between the school store and that window that everybody used to lean on.
Yeah,
My locker was right past there, and I want to say it was like maybe, I think Troy, Connie, and somebody else. And I don't know what I had on. I want to say just like a pair of, regular Levi's jeans, but I think I had on a loud academic shirt. It was a very loud, like I couldn't wait to wear it. It was like neon yellow or something like that. I had a neon yellow academic shirt.
you was different with that on.
Whew.
That was
Boy.
the wrong ones to cross with that shirt on, man.
I took it off after that. After they got on me so bad, I took it off before first period, and I just had on a T-shirt the rest of the day, a white tee the rest of the day.
Safe move.
I was like, I can't make it to lunch with that. I remember as soon as I got to lunch, a couple people was like, "Where your shirt at?" I was like, I just pretended I didn't hear him.
And those was some times, man.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of. You couldn't screw up. Yeah, they wouldn't let you. You had to come. You could either wear the same thing every day, kinda. You could be a white tee, jeans, Uptowns guy, and play it safe, or you could take risks.
Risk was a big thing to take back then because it would really ruin your day or your life.
Yeah, it was a lot of days where it's like some people were worried about like. I mean, in my school in the Riverhead, I don't remember anybody being bullied, like physically bullied. You know what I mean? Like you would just like so we don't in our school we didn't have that. Bullied was people crashing on you all day long, assassinating your character, who you are, your family, your brother, your sister, your living situation, your sneakers, your socks. Remember when we used to start off, we wouldn't even start off crashing. We used to walk by each other, shirt, pants, and that would start it off.
Yeah, but that was different, man.
It was a good time.
I liked it. I wish we can go back.
I mean, if we were turning back the hands of time, I remember some of the things I used to say to you. You were very thin, frail looking. I always thought, you know what you look like? You know the ooze they poured on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I thought they poured that on a mealworm, and then you sprouted up with arms and legs. That's what I always thought you looked like.
I used to call you things like Peter Griffin, Fat Albert,
I used to say you looked at like a brown paper
Silver
bag.
Surfer. I think I threw that in there.
I used to say you look like, you know how you twist a brown paper bag all the way up? You look like that with arms and legs. Yeah, you just had you looked like a dry piece of chicken at the time.
See,
you were very thin.
I don't remember because it used to come to me so fast and it used to just come out.
For me, it's just I'm just spitballing. It just because I always thought I was like, wow, is that a guy or a piece of lo mein from far away? It just comes to me.
Yeah, man. That's fucking funny. Got that one off.
Like I said, through the years, I do stand up and stuff like that, so it's readily available to me all the time. Our lives, lifestyles have changed. Before it was we almost lived with anxiety of ready, set, go.
Yeah.
It was literally. I think my whole childhood, I walked around with the anxiety of at any point in time, I walk around the corner of school, somebody's gonna be there ready to crash on me.
Always be on your guard, man.
Gym, lunch was the worst. Lunch was the worst because you're trying to eat. A lot of times you would like you said. A lot of times I would eat in private because it's like I got to defend myself the whole time.
You can't escape it, man.
The whole time I'm in the you want to go hang out with the cool kids, and especially when you try to sit back a little bit, you hear other people going at it, and then somebody looks at you and says, "Why the fuck you laughing?"
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Man.
You couldn't even laugh. 'Cause you become a victim.
I was like, "Oh boy, I didn't really want it right now." You could choose to walk away. Good times.
Yeah, man.
Then we started hanging out, and I don't know. I went from I was a different type of kid. I went from like, hey guys, let's hang out and play basketball. You guys were more worried about getting girls at the time. You know?
Yeah, man, that was part of life, man. Coming up,
Yeah. Then AIM kind of changed the game.
definitely,
AIM definitely changed the game.
most definitely.
I remember my screen name back in the day was I don't know if you remember the Cash Money had the Hot Boys, and I was a fan of.
Yeah, I always wondered what made you come up with that screen name.
I really really liked that song, and so my screen name was I'm a Hot Boy 99, and it did not really fit me per se.
Nah,
I would not necessarily call myself a hot boy at the time, or any time really, but I don't know. I went with that, and I'm a Hot Boy 99 lives.
man, I was CNB Nations.
CNB Nations, that was a good one. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. I had a long shot. You guys would switch up your screen names all the time, and I was like, no, longevity. You want to keep the same screen name so people know it's you.
yeah, but we had multiple of them, so that
Well-
we could do different things.
Well, why did we have to have multiple screen names? So what were we doing where we would need multiple screen names?
Even talking to one girl and then want to talk to their friend and not put them onto the screen name that they know.
Right, because then
Yeah.
they would ask their friend, hey, do you know CNB Nations? Like, no, I know. What was another one that you had?
I'm blank right now. I had like 3 of them.
Yeah, you guys were more players than I was. I was worried about getting one girl, and you guys were worried about the multiple at the
I
time.
mean, that's how it was when we was coming up.
Yeah, you guys.
It's not like that now.
No. This is all. I mean,
a disclaimer in there.
This is 1990 something. This is the 90s, different time. But yeah, at the time it was. We were gluttons. It was how because we weren't. We wouldn't go see all these girls. It was like how you got to put a lot of fish in your barrel.
Right.
And I remember a few times I was full blown relationships with girls I'd never seen before a day in my life.
They probably really wanted to meet that Hot Boy 99.
Because it wasn't like you had it wasn't like you had your photo up.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
they did upgrade to a point where you could send photos at one point, but then you needed a camera and all that.
Right.
You didn't have the camera.
That was later on. Yeah, later on I did get a camera because I would know when I wasn't around, and I would come back and look at my camera. And my friends would have nude photos of themselves on there that they sent to girls'
wow.
name. Yeah, there was one friend in particular.
Well, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. No, it wasn't you. It was someone in our friend group.
All right, let's clear that up.
Yeah, it wasn't you. It wasn't Rick. I'll say it wasn't you, and it wasn't Rick. That's hilarious. Yeah, I came back to a lot of those. I was like, you got to at least delete them. I mean,
It's reckless out there.
very reckless. He stayed at night. He's like, he'll disappear. I thought he went to the bathroom. He went to go take cock shots and send them early before there was even a thing.
I would have been scared.
Why?
Like, yo,
Why?
I'm not supposed to see this. Like, what are you doing?
But yeah, that was the thing. He was trying to talk to as many girls as you could in little chat rooms. That was the thing. It was the networking of AIM because you had to go to like kind of. How did you meet people? You knew your friends, and then based off your friends, you would have to stalk their friend list.
What was it, like the ASL they used to ask for?
Right. The ASL. Wow, that is killer throwback. Wow, man. And then it just based off their screen name, no photo, just where do you live, your screen name, and how well you could talk. But we would meet a lot of them via Brookhaven movie theater.
Yeah.
So that was how we met. That's how we actually met girls, was through Brookhaven movie theater.
Well, shout out to Brookhaven movie theater, man.
I
They
mean,
shut that place down, but
But I mean,
that's a monumental spot to some people, man.
my life wouldn't be my life without Brookhaven movie theater. I wouldn't have known the things I know, seen what I've seen,
That's
done
what
what
I'm
I've
saying.
done.
How they go down like that? They should have asked us for help.
You know what? I would have invested into it. I felt
Me
like
too, man.
I owe it.
Yeah. Let's try and get that back. Back up, man.
So what we would do is you explain because I was a mere pawn in the Brookhaven movie theater games. You were second lieutenant to the captain.
Right.
So you explain.
I mean, what how much explaining do we really need? Because like
Well, for those who don't know, what we used to do, what we used to do, what was our routine?
we would just go up there. We would actually look for a movie first, see what movies were coming out. If we felt like some girls would be at this movie or want to see this movie, we'd definitely take that ride up there and hang out in the lobby. Hang out in the lobby for a little bit, see if we can catch any girls out there.
Because the lobby would be packed.
Right.
Door to door. I mean, this was when people really wanted to go see movies, where the lines were, I mean, just zigzagging from the door to the concession stand to the ticket booth, and they had the arcade area.
Right, but this a big part too. If you would see something you wanted online that was going into the theater already, you would have to make that purchase.
You'd have to make that purchase.
Yeah, and we're like, yo, we going to see this movie because we just seen a group of girls going this one.
But do you know, like, even to this day, I can't. I'm like beside myself thinking about the balls you had to have to go just talk to a girl online cold.
I mean,
Cold.
Those were the times.
But we really just hyped each other up to the point of like what you doing? Like you gonna go holler at her or what? Broad daylight amongst her friends, maybe some family.
Take that chance of getting shot down.
Boy, you talk about that flop sweat, that cold flop sweat coming over you.
And everything wasn't a go. Like it was some you got shot down like a bird sometimes.
More times than not.
Yeah.
The more times you swing, I mean
You missed 100% of the shots you don't take, so
very true. But I mean, those shots feel like punches to the jaw.
sometimes you just hit the backboard, boom.
Sometimes you forget how to shoot and kick it. Because, boy, I mean, especially the facial expression to go along with the no, the ill get away from me type of look. Like,
And we had to crash on them a little bit as we walk away.
we didn't always take it well. Did not always take it well. We were, you know, depending on how you got let down, it would turn into, you know, oh, so you know, I got to say something about you. I remember who was a group of girls we met there. Remember we called her Lady Heroin.
Oh yeah.
She was a cute, light-skinned girl with a very distinct face.
Her attire was always weird.
She dressed it weird, but it was like baby fat jumpsuits, but way too small. And then on top of that, like she was doing like Electric Daisy dressing like the EPMD concerts and stuff like that before that was a thing. And how she got the name Lady Heroin was because she had a very strong face. I believe it said that one of her parents or both of her parents must have been a heroin addict. And she was very high on herself also. So we called her Lady Heroin for her being so high on herself. And not really giving us any. I kind of dated her for a little bit, and she was a very mean girl.
Yo, I seen y'all in the old school Benz.
I had a yellow Benz that ran on diesel gas at the time.
I cried that when I seen y'all in there together, cause y'all looked so weird together. I think that was the first time I seen y'all together, and I didn't know that y'all was a thing.
You know what it was? She was very unique looking. So
Definitely.
I thought,
But she fit so well in that car, and you looked like the one that was out of there. But you were driving. That's what was funny to me.
so it wasn't us together necessarily. It was more me.
Yeah, it was more you looking weird because she fit it was like a scene at a Harlem Nights, honestly.
Huh? Interesting. I didn't look at it from that from that point of view.
I seen it just like that.
That angle.
It was just.
I mean, the yellow Benz got us from A to B.
It did.
You know,
It did a lot of work.
it did a lot of work. It it ran on diesel gas, and it took, boy, to get it. It didn't seem like it would make it up some hills.
We rode through the bar car while it was packed outside in there.
Yes, we did. Quorum, the apartments in Quorum.
Yes.
Quorum has seen a lot of that yellow bins. There was some.
For some reason, when you put it in like gear, it felt like it was like crushing us.
Yeah, it did. It gets tight on you, so you can make it. You know what I mean? It was like B
That's
from
one
Transformers. You
Yeah,
know?
that's one thing that I remember about that Benz.
But look, you got a yellow car today, so doesn't that it
It's
just?
not the same yellow.
But did you
Nah,
you don't think that had an influence
No.
on you today a little bit?
Not at all. It was more like a beige.
I was yellow. That was
It was beige.
once the sun hits it for many a year, it
I
lightens.
think it was beige life.
Could have been. Yeah, Brookhaven Movie Theater brings back a lot of memories. You met a ton of women just kind of camping out in the waiting room area of the movie theater and just taking swings. I mean, it made you tough, you know?
You had to be back in those days because it's not like today where they can just. Well, today's social media can kind of be like how it was for us because seeing these pictures with girls that don't really look like what they really look like in real life, it's still a chance you're throwing out there.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of deep fake action going on out there.
Catfishing and all that.
A lot of catfishing because, I mean, you know what's funny? I look at those. You ever see those before and after makeup videos when girls they like transform?
Yes.
I'm just like, how could you?
What did you do?
Like, how could you? But why would you even Why would you even do that though? That's not even you.
Yo, it's a different world out here, man.
Did you hear about it? This matter happened like 3 or 4 years ago. There was an African dude who dated this woman and had like 3 kids with her, but he had never really seen her without like all the way done up, and all of his kids were ugly, and he couldn't figure out why. And he finally saw her without like makeup and stuff on, and sued her and divorced her for like false advertisement. He was like, I have 3 ugly kids with a woman who, like, she pretty much pulled the wool over my head for like 3-4 years.
You can't call kids ugly though, man.
He said that, not me. I didn't say that. He said. I didn't say that. I thought they were cute kids. They're all cute.
Did you?
I didn't really look at them. They didn't show them because you're not allowed to show them like that. Yeah, they were blurred out. But I was like, wow, I understand where he was coming from. He was bamboozled.
It's different out here, man.
I mean, but
I think I would rather take my chances in the dark, like back in our days, than
they're just
be tricked,
just going for it, right?
thinking you're about to see something that's totally not what's being portrayed in the pictures.
But we also, we would yell out of the window going through Tanger Mall at women to see, like.
That was a way to get them.
we would just scream out the window, you. Who, me? You, yeah. You and your friend.
Yeah.
And they would be, would you say honored? Like almost kind of like run over to the car, like hey, blah, 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 blase, blase.
Most definitely.
And, today, boy, I'm afraid to do, I kind of just walk with like blinders on.
I need to see a driver's license picture.
Who, mine?
No, not yours. I'm just saying from women these days.
You could wear a hat in your driver's license photos.
Now you can.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that back in the day.
You couldn't do it back in the day, but that photo is not. They're letting you get away with a lot now.
Listen, I don't really want to see updated pictures. Like, I want to see the back in the day picture. Like, I still have my first picture from my first driver's license on my driver's license.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I mean, that's not a good reputation. A good reputation to me. I can't do that.
You want a new picture every time you got to renew your license?
Well, no, I had braids back then also.
I did too.
I don't have much hair now. You still have a full.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably have this for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you got a quarter Puspatuck in your family, and
65%. Who's counting?
I mean, listen, we can tell you're mixed with something. We knew that back in the day. When you had a tribal Indian braided hair piece going down to your butt. So yeah, we knew what you were. You weren't even. We used to play those games of whose hair was the longest, who had the most hang time, and you couldn't really like. I had long, luxurious hair for a long time.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were, honestly. Like, you mixed with something, too, because you ain't regular.
Very true. I've had very long, luxurious hair that trickled down my back like a black pony. Like a
Wait, what are you?
my dad's side of the family is from mostly St. Croix, and my mom's side is like my mom's dad is different from most of my aunts and uncles' dads. So I actually never met him before, but I believe he was some type of Indian in something. And my mom is, I think, black and Indian, something like that. Yeah. So there's.
You don't be claiming Indian, man, if you ain't Indian.
I'm not. You see, I didn't name any names. I didn't say I was, Blackfoot tribe, second generation. I didn't say any of that. I'm just gonna throw, bodega Indian. That's what I'm gonna throw in there.
You with the off-brand tribes.
Yeah. What was it? Not Captain Crunch, but Colonel Crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a cereal in a bag. I mean, yeah, one of those. Not Fruit Loops, but Fruity Loops.
Fruit O's.
Fruit O's. What was another one? It wasn't Lucky Charms. It wasn't Lucky Charms. It was it was bright marshmallow pieces. It was bright marshmallow pieces.
I would have never ate that.
3-pound bag.
Never would have ate that.
3-pound bag. A lot of sugar in that. Yeah, it's a lot of
I would
sugar.
have just went and got me a quart of water and a Little Debbie, and I would have been good for the day.
Well, no, see, that's why you were as thin as you were, because you were fucking around with those quarter waters and Little Debbies and not the Mount Marshmallow mates.
Look at me now.
I hear you. See, I thinned down. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You beefed up. I slimmed down. I hear you. At the time.
No, but it kept you in shape. It kept you moving. It will give you a sugar punch.
Well, I didn't want to. Like I said, you're not. I thought I had more black in me, so I was afraid of losing a leg. I didn't want to get sugar diabetes.
Well, we stayed active. We played like 20 games of basketball a day.
Correct. Yeah. You definitely. It almost looked like you were one basketball game away from life support.
That's not exaggerating. Like, we actually played like 20 games a day.
It was wild because we could play anywhere. Like, it was literally like we would go search out playing basketball anywhere. And
nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink. Ride bikes all day, play basketball, then drive. And then once we could drive to play basketball. It was never basketball. It was basketball. And then women.
We were like a local travel team.
A mediocre traveling team.
We could stay with our senior four, go and dominate different courts.
Rick was a beast. Rick was like
yeah, he one of the goats from the town, man.
Yeah, he was a local goat. I'll give him that. Yeah, definitely. A local goat. Jeez, I never saw anybody 6'4" with that handle that could like windmill dunk off the vert. Pretty wild. Oh, man. But let's wrap it up for this half of Fairfax or Fairfax. Take a little commercial break, and we'll be back after that. All right, this is another episode of Fairfax with Fairfax. This is the spooky Halloween edition. I figured I'd give you something fun to do with your kids this Halloween, as you want to scare them with something from your childhood, something that'll make your kids stay up at night, make them cry in their sleep. And that thing is off-brand cereals. Instead of Cocoa Pebbles, get them Cocoa Nuggets. So delicious and less than half the price. Instead of Tricks, get them Pranks. Pranks stick together and probably have a shelf life of about 3 days, but get them a big 3-pound bag anyway. Instead of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, get them Cinnamon Squares. They taste just alike. And instead of Captain Crunch, get them Kids Crunch, which has a K in front of each letter. And instead of Lucky Charms, try Marshmallows and Stars, because they're healthier and they only cost $3.27. And next time you want to get Cheerios by a big brand, by Big Brother, think again How about a small business and get crispy oats? Crispy oats use a lot of milk because they all float high to the top. So yeah, that's how you scare your kids this Halloween. And that's just another fair fact from Fairfax. Oogie Boogie.
Of another Dr. Dre and Ed Lover masterpiece. Yo, man, what did you do to my head? No, you gotta hold your head at the angle, brother. Women gonna think you a big Wesley Snipes. They go, go Wesley.
Go Wesley.
Man, I wanna let the two brothers
If you don't know that classic, that
They were
intro,
a couple of nobodies.
it's pretty much what me and my friends were. A couple of nobodies.
Telling people I'm sleeping with you.
Who couldn't cut it anywhere.
We couldn't really cut it with anybody else, so we found each other.
Someday, my brother. The police want to hire brothers.
I had friends before we met too. I mean, it just sounded good to say with it.
They were.
But Harlem
It just sounded good to say. All right. Oh man. Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies growing up. Who's the Man? Love it. Who's the Man? Oh man, I guess that we were all trying to find out who could be the man back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
who could be the best basketball player, who could get the most girls, who could be the flyest, who could be the funniest.
Yo, now that I think about it, we lived our whole childhood in competition.
Every single day. That never escaped me that it was a constant competition every single day.
I never looked at it like that.
That's why I said I was like that's why I don't have anxiety now, because I don't have to live my life like that anymore. I don't have to live my life like, all right, here goes today's competition.
Why y'all ain't tell me? I would have done better.
You were very laid back and you kind of just let it happen to you. I was like, but I had to like
I had way more potential.
Yeah, you did. And our friend group, girls always thought you were light-skinned Corey with the brown eyes. You know, it was always like, oh, Corey, he's so soft-spoken, and you weren't really you were crashing, but you didn't do it in front of women like that. You know, you were always the quiet one, sitting in the back. You know, you were always just chilling and kind of just let it come to you. You know, meanwhile, you know, Rick was on the forefront, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be the funny guy. And, you know, so you played your role of just kind of letting it come to you. Others of us had to go get it.
It's God's gift, you know.
Sure.
With these pretty brown eyes that they used to love, and a laid back attitude that I had. He laid it all out for me, you know.
Yeah, you did. I was like, oh, I wish I could just, you know, lay back and let it come to me. But no, you know, I had to crack the jokes, and you know, I was like, how can I knock everybody else down a peg, crashing on them? You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, as long as I can get you, you know, as long as I could come up with little clever, like, hey, you look like Red's little brother from Friday. You know what I mean? As long as I can come up with little zingers like that.
Didn't work.
You know, they don't all hit. They don't all hit. You know, sometimes you swing, you miss. They're not all winners. They're not all
So
winners.
you tried, though. You can say you tried.
You know? Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, that was the roles that we played. I remember, let's see, what was one of the more, I'm trying to think about which ones stick out the most. I would say the girl that we met at Smith Haven Mall, that we met at, we did a lot of damage at Smith Haven Mall also, but the girl that we met at Brookhaven Movie Theater, that I think she just fell in love with, I don't know, it was four of us. It wasn't with me, but she fell in love with one of us that wasn't me, so one of you three.
Wasn't me or Rick either.
Well, whoever the mystery fourth was.
Yeah, whoever that was had this girl
Mesmerized.
Yeah, because she took it upon herself to go above and beyond for all of us.
I did not ask her for this.
I didn't ask either.
You know, this was strictly a, hey, you guys want?
So we got invited to what? It was a Toys R Us in, I think it was Medford.
Yeah, I think it was Medford, yep.
And the person contacted the girl. She said she was at work. She said, "Yay, you guys want this new PlayStation?" I think it was a PlayStation 2.
Yeah, PlayStation 2s.
I'm thinking, she about to give one of us a PlayStation.
Right, like we're going to all have a PlayStation to play.
No, I thought we had one.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to all have a PlayStation to play. Like,
we probably
let's
gonna leave
go.
it at Keith's house. We all there all the time.
Yeah, we go pick up a PlayStation. Like, hey, now we got a PlayStation.
No.
Long behold.
All you guys come in, and we're going to clean out the PlayStation stock they have here.
Yo, she gave every one of us a PlayStation. I think she even gave us an extra PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like 5.
It was like 5. It was 4 of us. She gave us 5 PlayStations.
Hard to come by.
Brand spanking new. Brand spanking new.
That made my night.
Oh boy, made my week. That was crazy. Yeah, she was a trooper. Whoever had her wrapped around their finger, boy, she was just like, "Yep."
Then it dwindled downhill from there because I think we never seen her again after.
Never seen her ever again. I don't even know what she looked like today. If she walked in here right now, I wouldn't like. Who are you? It's like me. The PlayStations. Remember, I gave you the PlayStation that fell off the truck.
Get out.
Scram, beat it. Get out of here. Hit the road, Jack. Oh man,
that was a good time though. I appreciate it though.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was good looking. Yeah, she looked at. Who'd you sold? It was funny. Who'd you sell yours to?
To your aunt. So mine to Keith's aunt. Appreciate that.
Yeah, nice little come up.
Thanks for supporting black business. Way before it was a popular thing to do.
Very true. Very true. Remember Desirables?
Yes, I do.
What would you name an outfit that you got name the brands and what you got out of Desirable?
All right. I remember getting some shiny jeans from there.
Those shiny. Do you remember the name of those shiny jeans? I had a pair of those too. I think they were Willie Escos.
They had no name for mine.
Oh, you talking about the? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh boy, they're in the front of the store.
I didn't have money to go deep into.
If you snatched those and ran, he might let you go.
I wore them bitches proudly too.
Oh man, they had a nice little shimmer to them. It felt like rain would just beat off of it. I don't know. Did they have a stain?
Never.
Damn, I remember those jeans.
The material was beyond great.
I would say that was Gore-Tex before they knew what Gore-Tex was. I think that it was like it never. I feel like they never shrank. Nothing ever happened to them. They could just withstand.
They withstood anything. The weather, like snow wouldn't. You wouldn't get cold in the snow time with them on.
They wouldn't get caught on a fence if you jumped it.
Nah, they ripped the fence apart.
They were the Chuck Norris 5s.
Yeah. I don't know what material that was. I think it was titanium or something.
Yeah,
somehow, some way, they never got damaged at all. I just had to get rid of them.
Eventually you're just like, all right, well,
it's somebody out here with those jeans still because
they're good. They're good for crackheads because they're all weather.
Now that you say that, I think I did see a crackhead with those kind of jeans on.
Makes sense.
They looked it fresh.
I think they might be fire retarded too because they're just. I don't know. I've never seen them with a hole in them or the bottoms with messed up from walking on them or anything like that.
Yeah, because that used to be a thing back in
the
day.
Like, walking on the bottom of your jeans. Yeah, everybody wants to wear baggy clothes.
Yo, that baggy era was sickening. Now that I think about it,
you guys were one of the last ones to let it go. I had let it go. I was fine letting it go early. You guys were one of the last ones.
Because you wasn't really about that life. Like,
no, I wanted to wear smaller clothes anyway, but I was trying to fit in.
Should have took it from you a long time ago, man.
Yeah, it was like I was before it was cool. I was,
Where it messed up is because you changed. You shouldn't have changed. You should have stood your ground.
Well, I couldn't take the slings and arrows coming at me every day, so I had to, try to fit in a little bit.
You should have told us, well, your clothes are too big for you.
Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah, that would have worked. Hey, everybody, don't pick them. Your clothes are just big. That would have kept everybody from the constant. I had gray hair, so it wasn't even like it didn't even start with my clothes. It started with my hair. So. There's people I see now, grandpa. It's like, good one. And I was like, would you like me to, critique your life and your lifestyle right now? Is that what you want? And it's like, oh, I'm just playing. It's like, I'm gonna be just playing too, but let me just play. Hurt your feelings. Oh man. And then I remember. Let's see, what else did I give? Desirable had those oils. So they would come in a little vial. It looked like serum to make you stronger or faster or something. You get a little, the same vial the $6 Million Man would get, and you would just put a little shot on your neck, but before you would hit White House.
The crazy thing is now, they give out samples that size. So we was really buying samples from him.
He
for
was
fucking
getting over on everybody.
$12, I think.
He was getting over on everybody. I got the. I remember
$6 or $12, one or the other.
I used to be because I was a big guy. I used to be a big component of those silk shirts with the dragons on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those babies. If they would. People didn't know they would catch fire if you let them even breeze by a candle. They would ignite.
I wasn't a thing of the Wild Tiger.
Yeah.
shirts and Lions and Dragons.
Yep, got a lot of them because they fit big guys nice. They had a nice little flow. They had a nice little shine.
Blow when you walk past the fan and shit.
Well, yeah, blow when you walk by the fan. So it was nice. Yeah, it was very nice. But yeah, those little oils I used to buy like 4 or 5 at a time. I'm pretty sure he just had one giant cologne bottle out there, and he was just. I mean, boy, he must have made a killing at it. I think about it. I mean, that wasn't even enough. That was enough for about a week that he would give us.
Yeah, and he charged like a stupid amount for them shits. I know them shits wasn't like affordable.
And he was just naming them shit.
Like, I had to save up a little bit to get.
Yeah, he was like, "This is Frost Tiger Lily." He said, "Yeah, this is." He said, "This is what the new Gucci is. This is the oil of it." It's like, "Oh, all right. You don't know no better." You're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Let me get that."
Yo, we were so vulnerable at a young age. Like that shit was.
I think that he was like melting down potpourri, liquefying it somehow, and then just giving it to us. Because I would definitely break out from it. It was almost like bad jewelry. I would break out from that shit. It would give me little bumps on my neck. And that was short lived. And then on top of that, the Cisco, there was a Cisco had a line at the time, and I would just call them Cisco shirts because it was pretty much the shirts that he wore in the videos. Those flowy.
On the thong song video.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, he had a lot of those. There was a lot of those shirts.
Where those shits open and shit.
I did not open mine. I didn't open mine. You know, if it was hot out, you would wear it like this. Wear something breathable. So it was a breathable number.
That was something you would have dared to do right there.
No, I wouldn't open it up on him. Let the taco meat out.
You wouldn't have lasted 15 minutes with an open shirt around.
No, I wouldn't dream of that. You gotta stay neutral colors. You gotta keep your head down.
I said 15, 5.
Yeah,
we
right.
got you out of here in probably like 2 or 3, actually, honestly.
Especially if you got caught like at like Stotsky Park, or you got caught at like one of those parks where you couldn't just leave right away. You're just a dead man walking. That's all it is. I remember you remember we were playing. We used to play a lot of basketball at Cinema Rich's basketball courts, and I remember that one time the story we call her Toot That. Tell the story of Toot That.
So we played like 5 or 6 games, running them on the court. Running them, I don't even know if they gonna hear this, the people we was playing, but we was running y'all on the court. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, we had our 4 that we would bring to the court. Yeah, we always had our 3 or 4 that we would always bring to the court.
It was only 3 of us that day.
Yeah, it was only 3. Me, you, and Rick.
Nah, he wasn't there. Matter of fact, we went there to play with them. I don't think we even had the 4. I think it was just us 2. Yeah, for sure. It was only us 2 there. We come off the court and we see a girl from our town with her friend that we didn't know. So she just starts telling us that her friend knows how to dance, and we just like, all right, like
it was really like she was trying to impress us with that, though. She was
yeah,
like, it was kind of out of left field.
Going hard, like, yo, she can really dance. We're like, all right, like,
yes, like okay, like why do we like it doesn't really matter.
So then she proceeds to say, y'all ever heard that song by Huey, Toot That Thing?
And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, we know it, I guess. And she was like, yeah, Toot That Thing. She was like, can you play that in your car for my girl? We were like, all right. Next thing you know, we turned this on at Cinema Rich's basketball court.
She started going hard to toot that. Like,
she started doing like if you
blocking and dropping it. And
it was mesmerizing. It was probably, as far as just like spur of the moment, somebody just doing something. I to this day, I remember. I'm just like, where is she now? What is she doing? Who would make you want to? And we would just always call her Toot That. It's like, yo, there goes Toot That. Whenever we see it, we say, there goes Toot That.
Yo, that was the craziest. Well, not the craziest thing, but like that was wild to me.
Yeah, she would just like the video. She would just post up and she would hold on to the hood of her car and just start.
She killed it though.
She definitely killed it. I'm not gonna take that away from her.
But Like, why did she kill it? Because we didn't ask for that.
We did not ask for that. She just came up to us and said, "Hey, my friend can really, really dance and play toot that thing."
That was like one of those out the blue awkward moments too.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
It's like, so what do we do now? so now what?
where do we go from here?
Yeah, she was. It's like, so one of us should ask her for a number, or I mean,
I was never really like looking for a tooth that.
neither was I. I was like, I was like, my mother doesn't want to see this. You know, I can't use what you
Hey,
bring.
Mom, look, I got a tooth that.
It's like, I can't really. This isn't a good life skill. You know what I mean? This is not gonna get you through college or anything. Well, actually, it could. You know, now I take that back. It could get you through college.
It could have took you other places too, but
You know what? She could have been a video vixen. She had talent. She could have been a video vixen.
I'm not even sure if she was like cute or.
I don't remember her face at all. I just remember her dancing.
I honestly remember her face being a little long.
Kind of a mule face.
I mean, I wouldn't say mule face. Like, that's funny, but I wouldn't say mule face. I would say like The Mask, maybe.
Okay, The Mask, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
When
Yeah.
he put on the mask.
When he put on the mask. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, I was thinking just the mask itself.
Chin kind of long.
I was thinking the dry mask, not the putting on. Activated. You mean the activated mask?
Yeah, you talking about the wooden?
The wooden mask. That's what I was thinking about. Oh, you meant the activated?
Nah, I'm talking, yeah. Put it
Okay.
on.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, she was something. I just, it's funny, if I could do a Where Are They Now of Lady Heroin, Tooth That, just the
PlayStation girl.
PlayStation girl. I mean, what Toys R Us is a bottom line that month must have been just.
Yo, they out of business now. I think they were the first ones gone.
Well, shit, they got her to blame. I'll tell you that.
It's all her fault.
Statute of limitations is up on that, by the way. That was 1997.
Yeah, that was about over $1,000 with the product coming up out of there.
She literally just handed them to us. It was pretty,
Allegedly, it's all allegedly.
allegedly. She allegedly just handed them to us. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
I didn't do anything criminal.
They were like, close your eyes and stick your hands out. And then I closed my eyes, stuck my hands out, and just went to the car. Speaking of going to the car, me and you have been into a car accident together.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Was it though?
The front end, the back end, the side. If that guardrail wasn't there, we'd probably not be here and talking right now.
Okay, valid point. All right, got me there.
Smoking, gasoline leaking.
All right, we'll start from the top. All right, so
All right.
so the way I remember it is probably a little different than how you remember it. The way I remember it was a very icy, slippery day out.
That it was. I remember that part.
But I didn't really realize that there was black ice out there until after the fact. I mean, it didn't seem that slippery on the ride.
But we all knew what type of motor you had. Like, why did you want to show us what the engine could do?
I don't ever remember having like a need for speed or.
At night, you had a need for speed.
I don't remember it that way. We were on 105. I was doing 60, 65. I mean, how do you remember it?
I remember saying, yo, slow down. You're doing 80. You're doing 80 and it's cold.
I don't remember it that way. I remember we were riding doing 60, 65 tops. Next thing I know, the car starts to fishtail a little bit. And then I threw it into neutral to try to combat the fishtailing, so that way the engine wouldn't keep pushing the car forward, because it was a front wheel drive, I believe. And next thing I know, we hit into the guardrail once, hit into the guardrail twice.
See, you lost your memory when we hit the guardrail. You lost a little bit.
Oh, okay. Fill me in.
I think we were doing like 80.
Hearsay.
So we hit the black ice, and then you just slammed on the brakes. I'm like, yo, you can't slam on the brakes. You have to pump them.
They are anti-lock.
Then,
I didn't slam it. They locked up.
oh, well, I didn't know that part.
There was no. Yeah, there was no.
I would have kept it at 35.
That's why I put it in
I was
neutral.
behind the wheel, but I was behind the wheel.
All right.
So I didn't know that part.
All right. So
Then
yada
we,
yada yada.
Started doing spins. That's what I remember. We did at least 6 spins.
Okay, there was a
I
few.
was bracing myself with the
The hand thingy at the
hand
top.
thing at the top.
Right.
And I think the dashboard. I had one on the dash and one on the hand thingy. So I was just like bracing myself because I'm like, we're gonna hit at some point.
Right.
So we spinning, and then boom, we hit the guardrail.
Right.
I think we blacked out for a second.
Well, when I came to, I look up and I see Rick in a full sprint running down the road.
Yeah, he didn't help us.
And I look back, I see you. You're okay.
Nah, I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, I looked to the side. I see. I'm sorry. I looked to the side. I see you. You're okay. You're not like nobody's bleeding or anything. It was like it was a non. I don't know. It was just jarring. It didn't like. It wasn't like we were. Nobody was hurt, physically hurt. We all walked away, but
my feelings was hurt.
I can't control that. But
You did control that. It's all your fault. That was the worst crash you ever did on me.
all right. So yada yada yada. We come to. Rick is running down the road away from us. I get out of the car. You get out of the car. We're like, Rick, what are you doing? He's like telling us to come here. We walk over to him. He starts walking towards us. He says he thought the car was going to explode. I'm like, what? He said, I thought the car was going to explode. I was like, so you left me and Corey in the car and ran down the road? He was like, I didn't know what to do.
I mean,
He said there was gasoline coming out of the car, so I thought that it was going to explode.
that's what friends do for each other, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I believe that if we had a guy, if there was 2 guys there, if there was 3 guys and, we had to fight, I believe that Rick would have helped us. I believe in almost every scenario other than that one that he would have helped us, but he saw gasoline coming out of that car that day and he went into a full sprint to save his own life.
Yeah, he didn't feel like it was a need to help us that time.
I don't remember him knocking on the window. I don't remember hearing, hey guys.
Wait, did your window break?
Yes, my window was shattered. Yeah. I don't remember like hearing, hey guys,
Yeah, this is the
wake
crazy
up.
part. I think it was like the middle of the night. My sister called my phone and she was like, I think I just seen Keith's car on the side of the road crashed up.
Yeah, but that was this happened during the day.
No, it was nighttime. It was like 8:00 at night.
Oh, but it definitely wasn't midnight.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
about to
that's when
say-
she called me.
Oh,
We
about to
left
say,
the
yeah.
car there.
Yeah, but to say this was hours later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, I couldn't remove it. I mean,
We could have tried to drag it.
we could have strapped cables to our backs and
Flipped it over the guardrail and got it out of sight.
Yeah, we could have got son trapped under a car, mother strength. Yeah, we could have did that.
Nah, but that was a crazy night, man.
Yeah, it was a wild time. Yeah, what else? I mean, we had so many childhood. I would say that remember Loose Cannon, the guy that built the deck in the backyard when I used to live, and
I do, and he spit a freestyle when he told us that was his name.
we were like, "What's your name?" He was like, "Loose Cannon." And we just looked at each other like,
Yeah, I see why he make it.
because he was a brolic. He was Diesel. He was Diesel. He was
Yeah.
a Diesel like, and he didn't, you know what? And not for nothing, he did amazing work.
Yeah, he
that
definitely
deck
did.
withstood everything. We used to jump off that onto the trampoline and do all types of extra silly shit. That deck withstand a lot. And but I remember the first time he introduced himself, he didn't say his first name, he didn't say his last name. He said, "My name is Loose Cannon."
Scared me a little bit.
Scared me a little bit too, because I was like, "That's unnecessary." To like, you're building a deck, sir. Like,
Talking to young teenagers.
yeah,
like
you're
that.
building a deck. You're talking to young teenagers. Why are you telling us your name is Loose Cannon?
I'm from the street, so I'm already thinking like
I thought he was gonna stall on us.
definitely got a gun on him.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna stall on us. I was just like, all right, well, this is. I was like, you meet a guy named Loose Cannon, you don't brace yourself, then that's on you. He's telling you he's a loose cannon. I was like, did he say Nick Cannon? He said no, Loose Cannon.
And Definitely was trying to shoot something. Man.
Yeah, he was an intimidating guy, but did amazing work. That was funny. Everybody had a nickname back then. That's hilarious.
I'm glad he found his way, though.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't choose a life of whatever got him being called loose cannon. Yeah, but he definitely spit a freestyle for us. It was just a midday, middle of work freestyle on his lunch break. Hey, I got these bars for you. Take that.
I don't think none of them really hit, though.
None of them hit. I don't believe that. It was a lot of, you know where I'm at. it was a lot of that energy. It was a lot of, you know the deal. Come here, you see me and my boys huddled up. Ha 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 ha. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of that.
Yo, that was a funny time right there.
Loose cannon. And I had that basketball court in front of the house where I racked up a lot of W's.
Yo, I remember you always used to try and convince us that you could dunk.
I
showed
you that I could dunk.
No, you haven't. Still to this day, you have never put it in the basket.
Are you being dead ass right now?
Yes.
You never seen me dunk.
No.
That's crazy.
I have never in my life seen you get
That's
above
crazy.
the rim.
Wow. I can't believe they're really saying this right now.
Actually, sometimes we did put the court down and you was able to.
The fact that you're saying I never dunked is like that might have been the most hurtful thing that you ever said in my life. Like that you ever said to me in my life, that might be the most hurtful thing you ever said to me in my life, that you don't believe I could dunk. And that you never saw me dunk back then.
No.
I mean, now, it'd be a little hard pressed now. But at the time, I've caught, I would say under 10. Under 10 dunks. But over 5. Definitely over 5 dunks. I would say I caught one at the teen center.
Was the dunks like on
never in game.
Regulation?
Never in game. I've never caught an in game dunk.
That's probably one reason.
So I'll give you that. Never in game have I ever caught a dunk in game. No, I've caught we're playing around the courts. Cinema Riches. I caught one at Cinema Riches.
One of those rims were kind of low though. It was the one
so now are we
closest to the road on the right hand side, right?
Not that one. No,
Yeah, I think
that was like 8. No, not that one.
I think it was that one.
It was the one across from that one. Down there, the one that was always sandy.
Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah, so
the far corner.
Far corner. That one was a little bit lower, but I caught a few on that one.
I'm gonna have to call up Lance and Berg and see, because they was some of our contenders over there.
Yes, they were. I don't know who was around to see it per se.
So now only God's the witness.
Well, this is the whole thing. I have to get back to you on that one to kind of really jog my memory to see who was around on that one. I gotta really think about that one. There was people around. I just got to think about who was around when it happened. I think Chris. I think he's seen me dunk before. Harrison.
He's long gone right now.
He comes back around here now and again.
I'm never gonna see him. Probably that. Well, I ain't gonna say never.
You know what? I'm gonna call him during the break, and we'll figure it out. All right. This is the second half of episode 6 of Fairfax with Fairfax. And we'll be back after the break. Hey, this is Keith Fairfax, and this is another spooky story with Fairfax. This Halloween, I want to make sure that everybody knows that if you see kids coming around with UNICEF, they are stealing that money. They are not giving it back to the community. They're not giving it back to other kids, to their teacher or whatever they told you. Kids that come around with UNICEF are stealing that money. That money is going into their pocket. That's it. So do not give kids UNICEF money. Give them candy, no money. And then if you want to trick a few kids, there's a little thing I used to do. You get yourself a couple of straight razors, and you get a few apples, and you slide them in the middle of the apple. Kids don't know, they're so stupid, and then they bite into the apple and they chomp on the straight razor. It's funny, it's hilarious. Everybody giggles and laughs. It's a little prank they play. Yeah, so no UNICEF and invest in razor apples. All right, that's another Fairfax with Fairfax. Good night. And we're back for the final leg of Fairfax with Fairfax. I'm back with Corey. Corey, how you doing, man?
Great, man.
How you feel about the episode so far?
It's been good, man.
Next time you have along, share some stories from back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, we did a lot of, we were foot soldiers. You know,
I mean, if that's what you want to call it.
we did a lot of walking, a lot of talking,
A lot of neighborhood hopping.
a lot of neighborhood hopping. Been in a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of daughters, a lot of house parties.
I wouldn't change it for this era. I tell you that.
No, I wouldn't either. We would be looked at as animals. Yeah, we'd be animals then. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine like the amount of effort that we put into that. It's the amount of time and effort.
It was effortless. Most of the time, it was really effortless.
It was more, want. It was more want than anything. So yeah. Let's see. What else did we have to wrap up? It's funny, we were talking through the break. I mean, you said that we couldn't get a hold of Chris to verify the dunking situation, by the way. But, I mean, I've dunked many a times. I mean, if you ask some of my peers from high school, they'll also tell you that I've caught a dunk or two in my day.
I mean, I just never seen it. I mean, I seen you clap boards really hard. You clap boards pretty hard a few times, but.
Yeah, I would clap the board with my right hand and then dunk with my left. Is that what you're talking about?
Not even close.
I thought that you would. Okay, I thought that. I mean, if that's what you were talking about, I hear you, but I don't.
Man, that never happened.
I wouldn't go. It never happened. I would just say you didn't see it happen.
I would put any amount of money on that.
I don't like to gamble, so I'm not a gambling man.
Safe bet right there.
I'm not what you call a gambler.
Me either, but I would put money on that.
All right, to each his own. Sock'em say, sock'em sock.
Rock'em sock'em robot.
What else? We had earth science together also. That was funny. You often got kicked out of class for crashing on the teacher, mouthing off.
If I did, he deserved it.
I don't think so. He was a very stern man. As long as you kind of listen to what he said. I mean, you were more worried about cracking jokes than paying attention to class. So, that went how that went.
Nah, it wasn't all me, though.
It wasn't mostly him. So,
I think he started it most of the time.
I mean,
maybe yelling out my grade when I didn't get to a good score on my test or whatever. Like it had to be a reason. I didn't just act out for no reason.
You were very combative.
Let's call Ty.
Ty was in class with us.
Definitely was.
TYNY55 for the AIM users out there. Yeah, he was in class with us. I mean, me nor Ty ever got thrown out of class. So, I mean.
Because y'all was laughing at me, egging me on.
All right. Okay. I'll give you that. Yeah, I mean, you want to.
Pretty much y'all fault, honestly.
If you're going to start doing funny things, I'm not going to not laugh. If you're going to say funny shit, I'm going to laugh. So, I mean.
And he had a substitute. I mean, not a substitute. He had like a helper in there with him.
Yeah, a student teacher or whatever. No, she wasn't a student teacher. She was like, she was kind of old to be. She was like 26, I think. I remember.
That's not old.
To be a student teacher, 26? Yeah, I think you're younger if you're a student teacher. Maybe not. I don't know. I want to say she probably was a TA, but she had the nicest ass this side of the mighty Mississippi. It was something to behold.
I won't deny it.
I took a few swings. It was funny, these kids that sleep with their teachers and stuff. I'm like,
they're doing it now.
It's like crazy.
I wouldn't do that.
I was like, we didn't really have the lineup for it.
I would have been scared, man. Like,
yeah,
they about to suspend the shit out of me. Like, I was suspended all the time, man.
I wonder how many people did. I only know a few.
I don't know any. I know a few liars, but
I know a few who definitely did. Yeah, but it's I don't know. It definitely wasn't as how it is now. When especially when the kids are like 14 and stuff like that. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
Honestly, actually they might have been trying to play a joke that just didn't go, rather than lie. Can't
Yeah, but a lot of teachers were old. We didn't really have a young crop of.
Alternative had a.
I wasn't there. You had to be there, I guess. Oh
That's for
man.
alternative kids. I'm gonna keep that on the wraps.
Yeah. It's funny, we were talking during the break, and me and you had actually been in another accident together. This one, what was the name of the place that you said it was?
It was Ocean Fancy at one point.
Ocean Fancy. I don't remember Ocean Fancy.
Now it's Bowie One.
Now it's Bowie One. Yeah, I don't remember Ocean Fancy.
Yeah, you had to be outside for that. You wasn't outside.
No, I liked it to be inside. I was an inside guy. Yeah, I liked the inside was where it was for me. And that accident was because a dumb family came shooting.
Why they had to be dumb?
Well, I have the right of way if I'm going straight now.
I don't know what the situation. Maybe you're trying to beat a light because it was a light there.
It is a light there, but insurance. The insurance had determined that it was 83% their fault, so they covered. I mean, even insurance determined that.
I mean, I guess, but I know you pulverized them.
Well, I had the right of way, so why would I need to slow down? I mean, I didn't think they were going to pull out of a parking lot knowing I had the right of way. I mean,
It was kids, old people, young people. It was all types of people in that van.
you know what? And the driver deserved every bit of what he got for putting his family in jeopardy like that.
He probably just ate a good meal.
I know he's probably a little saucy. They ate a good meal, and he thought like, "Oh, I'll just pull out now."
Nice tip. Now he got to go buy a whole new van.
Yeah, I mean, but coming from if you're in their parking lot, you can't tell that my light is red or green. I mean, it doesn't matter if my light is red or green or what it is. That doesn't determine whether you leave that parking lot or not. I mean, you got to. I guess that's what insurance determined also because
It was rainy too, and I think he did try and hit the brake.
I definitely did. Once I realized, I was like, oh my god, he's really pulling out. Like this is wild. He's actually going to pull out into traffic. Like it's, you're in a parking lot. There's no way you have the right of way.
Messed my knee up.
Oh, I didn't know. I never asked you if you were all right from that.
You didn't.
I never did ask you
I
that.
had weed on me. I had to stash it before the cops got there.
Hey, that was
Gave those days up though.
yeah, that was a different time. Yeah, that was a bad accident. Also, stupid
man.
people. Stupid people. You got anything? You guys got anything coming up with the podcast? When's the next episode come out?
We just did a episode actually last night with a battle rapper, Kaboom from Philly.
Okay.
He was around Meek. He was actually going at Meek Mill before Meek Mill got his break or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were in that back and forth beef with Meek Mill and all that. I think actually it comes out today.
Okay.
So
Is there a time when yours drops or no?
not a specific time. We just really try and get it out as soon as possible
Gotcha.
on the day that we want to release it.
Okay.
But we did 2 this week actually. We got one with Armature Young. We did him 3 days ago. I
Gotcha.
think it was.
Okay.
So we got 2 fresh ones out there for people to check out if you're looking to check out another podcast.
All right, guys. Make sure you go and check that out and support their podcast. Also support Fairfax or Fairfax. I got a few gigs coming up myself. I'm doing a gig November 13th, which is a Friday over Zoom. There's a band called Noise out here. They're putting on a Zoom show, and they want me to do, I think I'm doing like 20 minutes in between when they're doing music and when they stop for a break. So I'll be doing 20 via Zoom November 13th.
Comedy?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird without like an audience to
Yeah.
feed off of and shit.
But they'll be, I told the band they got to hang out while I do the comedy because I can't have nobody in front of me to feed off of. You know what I mean? It's too wild. I can't. Again, the Zoom is not going to be that close where I'll be able to see their faces. It ain't going to be on a football field, where I can see a big ass screen of people,
Yeah.
whether they're laughing or not. You know what I mean? I won't know. I'll be talking into the ether.
It's gonna be a tough situation you in there.
This is not set up for me to win. Yeah, it's set up for me to bomb. Is what it's set up
I
for.
mean, you gotta take your chances where you can take.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna swing anyway. I mean, it's set up for me to bomb, but I'm definitely gonna get up there, take my licks, and hopefully it goes. I'm gonna probably go with more stories because I know what is funny within the story. So the laughter, as long as I have there'll be 10 people there. So as long as those 10 people are sitting where I can see them, I can, I can gauge, the funniness of what I'm saying or not. Because these are jokes that I haven't tried out yet, so you don't know whether it's funny or not until you work them out. But I won't have time to work them out. The clubs aren't open for me to work them out.
Go for the goal, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a whirl.
Whatever happened with the comedy? What you call it? You was doing. You ain't able to start that back up yet?
No, yeah, they're not. You're not allowed to do the way they worded it. You can't do stand-up comedy unless you're a certain type of venue. So I will eventually be hosting open mics again, and
that first one I went to, that was all right.
Yeah, it was a good time. A lot of people, it's funny. A lot of people have hit me up about that open mic. They want me to start it again. I definitely want to. And then on top of that, I might be doing something with one of the breweries out here. I used to run Mario Kart tournaments.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and so I might do the podcast and do a Mario Kart tournament from there or something like that.
You should update it and do Fortnite tournaments.
I don't know how to play Fortnite.
Nah, you wouldn't be playing. You would have the kids come there and play because they're all into that shit.
Yeah, I've been alive these last 2 years, so I know that Fortnite
Matter
is
of fact, you
popular.
might want to cut that out. That's a good ass idea. I might try.
Hey, Landis, shit, cut that part out. Landis, don't cut it out. So, yeah, I want to get into that. Yeah, I wonder if there's a Twitch for Mario Kart. I wonder if there's a following for that.
I don't know.
Lando, will you look that up for me real quick and see if Twitch has a following for Mario Kart? What gaming system is that? Nintendo 64, not the new one. I'm going with the old joysticks. This is Super Mario 64. Mario Kart. They probably do. If they have Mario 64, then they probably have Mario Kart. They got a little bit of a following. Yeah, so it's somebody's probably disgusting at this too. All right, well, yeah, maybe I'll start I feel like I am the best Mario Kart player I've ever seen.
You used Toad?
Nope, not even that guy. I use Wario. I'm not even that guy who uses Toad or Peach to try to, I don't need to do that. Listen, Hove did that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. Okay, that's why Hove did it.
I mean, I guess I don't really do the Mario Kart. Rick might can get into that. I don't know.
I mean, I'm talking about Nintendo 64, so it's not even I'm talking PS something. I'm talking Nintendo 64 Mario.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like I have.
He into all that shit.
Well, you see, I have Sega out there. I'm a Sega guy, so I'll play. See how long it takes me to. Some nights I'll come home and just play Streets of Rage until the middle of the night.
I have a PS4 in my closet right now. It's been there for about 4 months since I moved into my new place. It ain't coming out yet.
All right, I mean,
it might never come out again because the PS5 is dropping soon. So, and I'm not jumping on that. I'm gonna wait to get that, but I don't have time to do none of that shit right now.
Listen, life comes at you fast.
It does.
We're in the COVID era. All right, well, we'll wrap this one up. It's been a good podcast, and I
appreciate you having me on, man.
No problem, my pleasure. And this will be dropping probably right before Halloween. So everybody who listens to this on that Friday before Halloween, have a happy Halloween, and don't forget to tell your friends about the podcast. Get them addicted to it, like crack cocaine, crystal meth, something like that, something minor. I want them that addicted to it.
Egg the haters.
And egg the haters, yes. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you again.